here at Drive 495 Gym in downtown Manhattan. Not the usual place to see Adrian Peterson, but so glad you could join us. You're here doing a photo shoot for something that's really special to you. Tell us about it.
Yes, I am. This is actually my second year working with modeling specialty. And I'll be seeing you in the future, and we'll be able to talk more about the new campaign. That you can look ahead to. But just kind of going back to last year, it was 25th anniversary, and that was like kind of like the beginning. You know, the second part is going to be like the transition into something different. But it was basically bringing awareness to anaphylaxis, and I was able to get involved. 2 years ago at training camp, I had an allergic reaction after eating a couple bowls of seafood gumbo, and I just remember that like it was yesterday. You know, I remember laying in my room after eating. My throat started to swell up, and my eyes started to itch. I looked in the mirror and I just see my face, my lips were swollen. So I immediately called my athletic trainer and I told him the symptoms that I was dealing with. And man, 5 minutes later he came up and he had the EpiPen auto injectors in his hand. I administered it into my right thigh, and immediately I was able to feel my throat release. The itching kind of subsided, and I was able to seek further assistance after that. And it's just been a transition. It's been a transition since that day.
I can't imagine how scary that must have been to discover that you have this allergy. Did it set you back at all?
It really is. I guess a day or two it set me back, but it was kind of, it blindsided me, because I've always eaten seafood my entire life, and that's one of the misperceptions that people think that you have to be only kids, or exposed to having allergies. You have it when you're younger, but here I was at 27, and I've eaten seafood my entire life, and bam, now I have that anaphylaxis attack. So it's just been a change, in my daily routine, but it's for the better.
There's been a lot of changes to the Minnesota Vikings, new coach, new offensive coordinator. What are some of the conversations you've had with Mike Zimmer and also Norv Turner?
I talked to Zimmer. He's a guy that, I feel like he's going to bring that intensity. I spoke to him out of the eyes. I can see the fire in his eyes, and that he's just a totally different, style of coach than we had previously. And Norv Turner, he's a guy that, you look at his past. He's been a guy that has always had an offense that was productive. Not only in the run game but in the pass game, balanced offense. So I'm excited to see what he brings to the table as well. But just talking to him, the feel that I get, we're going to be more balanced. And like he told me, he said, hey, I know you're not worried about 2000. I know it would be good to get that, but in this offense, you're going to be catching the ball more. We're going to do what it takes to win, and and that's all you can ask for. I'm not, of course I set my bar and my goals and things I want to accomplish, but it's all about how we can be more efficient as as an offense, as a group.
Is the single season rushing record still a goal of yours, or do you have to abandon it now that you're a part of this new offense?
No, it's still a goal. Something I want to accomplish, something that I look at and keeps me even hungrier. Outside of wanting to win a championship, that's the most important goal. Because that's not this individual, that's a team, that's an organization, that's a whole state, and fans across the world. That's that's Vikings fans as well. So that alone keeps me motivated, keeps me going.
Hands down, you are the face of the Minnesota Vikings. But what is the identity of the team going forward?
That's a good question. One thing I do know is that we don't quit. So with that, we're winners. Our record didn't show that last year, but and from the core, I'm around those guys, and I know what they have in heart, and that's the will to win, and never to give up no matter what the circumstances are. So as long as you have that, that's the main ingredient. That's what you need to be a success.
The Vikings re-signed Matt Castle this summer. What do you see his role being? Is he the starter? Is he the backup? Or is he brought in to groom another quarterback that could be coming into the system?
Knowing Matt Castle, he has his position to be the starter. And I feel like, to be honest, he has the ability to take over the starting quarterback position. Last year we kind of threw him in and really didn't allow him to get into a rhythm. But I feel like with the new contract and the off season and when training camp come around, they have an opportunity to prove itself, and that's all you can ask for.
You endorsed Michael Vick at one point to come in, become the new quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. Do you think the team will regret not signing Vick?
I don't want to say regret, because there's reasons for everything. I personally thought that he would be a good addition. We didn't have anyone that was proven. My thought was like, why not bring him in to see what he can bring to the team? He's a quarterback. No matter how he's played the past couple of years, teams are going to game plan on him, to stop him because his running, attacking, his ability to pass the ball. So I don't know, but I wish him nothing but the best.
Do you feel like the running back position has been devalued?
I don't believe it has. When you really think about it, there's some good backs out there, unfortunately the free agency this year, it's all about what have you done for me lately. And, the backs that came out with some of the prime backs, and they really didn't perform well last year. So, now they're stuck with that stigma that, okay, the running back, position is kind of, having a decline. But, I'm here to prove guys wrong, and I'm sure those guys that been hearing that and going through the process and going through the free agent process, you're going to feel the same way.
Could this be a cyclic thing? Perhaps the trend now is passing, but in the future it will return back to the run game?
Yeah, I do. Look at the Vikings and what we do. The way I work, I try to inspire kids and youngsters that's coming up to be able to, play with that same intensity and have that same drive to be the best. And with that, at the running back position, that'll keep us alive even more. But I couldn't see the game without the running game. I couldn't see it without the running game. So I feel like even though the passing attack has, kind of took over, football wouldn't be the same without the running backs.
The draft is right around the corner. You guys have the number 8th pick. Is there a lot of pressure on this pick to make it really worth it, to make it someone who can contribute immediately to the Vikings?
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of pressure. I know it's come from the state, this organization, and this is how last season ended. So I don't know. I'm gonna sit back and see what decision we make. Hopefully, it's a good one.
Do you think they'll draft a quarterback?
I don't know. I really don't know what they have in mind. But I feel like Rick Spielman and those guys will do what's best for the organization.
Johnny Manziel, another high-profile draftee like you were back in the day. So what is he going through right now?
I'm sure he's going through a rough patch, but he seems like a guy that's kind of like nonchalant and don't let too much get to him. He takes a lot of scrutiny because of how he is. But I feel like in time he will mature more. And then again, he has a spotlight on him, so. When situations happen, I'm sure some of the situations he's been through happened to so many players this year, but you don't read about that because they're not Johnny Manziel. But he's a great athlete, a great quarterback. He's going to be successful.
You said recently that you would be in favor of having college athletes get a percentage of some of the jersey sales and some of the things that they really have earned, or you believe that they've earned while they're playing big-time college football. Would you go a step further and say stipends, or if there was a call to unionize when you were at Oklahoma, do you think you would have joined a union?
I possibly would have. I think they should do what's best for the player, and so. I don't really want to be like the spokesperson for, college kids and what they get in bursts, in college. But, we do go through a lot and put in a lot of hard work.
You guys are going to be playing outdoors. University of Minnesota is going to be your new home. How does that change anything, if at all? You already have to go and play some cold weather at your opponent's fields, but now you got to do it at home too.
Yeah, and one thing I've learned, being in the league for 7 years and playing in Minnesota, and I've been to Chicago, Green Bay, all the cold states, Buffalo. There's nowhere this cold like Minnesota, nowhere. So, only thing that makes me feel good about it is that our opponent, they'll be out there in the same weather, so just mind over matter, gotta get it done.
We're going to see you again, coming back to New York to tell us a little bit more about what you're doing, and we're really looking forward to that conversation too. Adrian, thanks so much.
Thank you. Looking forward to that conversation as well, just talking more about the campaign with Minor Specialty and what we have in store. I feel like the people out there will love this new campaign that we have going.
That's great. Congratulations. We'll see you soon.
All right, thank you.